Alright, this is NET-113, 9/29/16. This is day 10 of classes, believe it or not. We're on chapter 3. We really finished up most of chapter 3 except for the exam. The exam for chapter 3 will be next Tuesday, October or whatever that would be. Alright, so here's what we did in class today. We did a big project, I think big, by groups. First thing they had to do is make sure they know everybody's first name. And before we did the project, we listed some items. With a PC, dealing with a motherboard, items you would want to know. Okay, so what chipset, what processor's in it, the socket for this connection here. Another student said CPU, which pretty much you would refer to the processor. How much memory or RAM the computer has. Battery information, that wasn't crucial today. Cooling. The bus structure. How does that function? I'm going to underline those. We talked about jumpers, we talked about wires connector. PCI, what kind of cards are in there. They talked about headers and so forth. Even though this list isn't inclusive of everything, it was our starting list for our project today. And what they did was we assigned some labs here on campus. And we had a variety of computers. We had a Mac in one of the labs. We had a PC in which we could look at the BIOS information. Okay, we had in MH-110, 113, we had 4 rooms that had a variation of PCs in them. There was all-in-ones, there were small PCs, there was small footprint, and regular towers, and so forth. So what they did was they determined as many of those key things in our list in terms of the PC, finding as much information as they could. And they also then did, in PC 229, they looked at those PCs, one of those, and then the Linux box that's sitting in PC 229. They got the details from that. And they did all this using software. Alright, so that took up most of the day. The other thing it did, we talked about the lab where the lab from chapter 2, where we took the machines completely apart and put them back together and loaded Fedora on them. We looked at resubmitting some information there, and we covered why we're doing that. Alright, so that's what we did today, and coming up would be chapter 3 test. So if I was going to list that here, coming up, chapter 3 exam. We need to then, chapter 4, processors and memory. We'll get started on that. So these two are key chapters in terms of how they interrelate and so forth. And that's it.